House Republicans set to serve Secretary of State Anthony Blinken with a subpoena today after he refused to turn over classified department communications from July 2021, which reportedly warned of coming chaos related to his idea of the Afghanistan withdrawal. And guess what we got? Chaos. This is the Taliban released these photos of the U.S. military equipment that they seized after we left it behind. Yup, saying they restored hundreds of U.S. military vehicles. Remember they told us they were disabled? Texas Congressman, retired Navy SEAL himself, Morgan Luttrell, joins us. Morgan, I know the biggest news is it's your mom's birthday, so you want to say something?
I do. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you.
All right, and as does Marcus, I'm sure. But first on this stuff, you have got to the point where you have to subpoena the Secretary of State to give you the cables that revealed the dissension within the State Department that showed that they were warned ahead of time, it seems, that this would be the disaster it was.
We did. We've tried to do this cordially across party lines, and Blinken's he's not doing it correctly. So Chairman McCall had to issue the subpoena. So now we're going to start to unpack this. Now we're going to be able to find out the information that the American public wants, and we want as well. And that's our job as legislators.
So this is part of the State Department response to the subpoena. The department followed up with the committee to reiterate its willingness to provide a briefing about the concerns raised about the challenges identified by Embassy Kabul, including the dissent channel the committee chose instead of issuing a subpoena. The department remains committed to providing the committee with information it needs to conduct its oversight function. So if they want to brief you behind closed doors, they don't want us to see.
Yeah, well, that's our job to make sure the American public is read in, and that's what we plan on doing.
What if they don't comply? Do you know what's next?
Do I know what's next? No, I don't. It's the game that we play up here in Washington, D.C., unfortunately. But at holding the majority, and again, with Chairman McCall at the helm of this, we're going to dig in hard, and it's our job to apply the pressure and continue to apply the pressure.
So, Congressman, I want you to, everybody at home to take a look at these photos of what we left behind in Afghanistan. If you want more proof that nobody thought this through, these are the people that lost their lives, and knowing that we had the bomber in our sights, and look at what we left behind in terms of hardware. The American people paid for this. You guys paid for, in many cases, your lives for this and your livelihoods for this. What are your thoughts about these photos?
Disturbing. I mean, I served in Afghanistan alongside my brothers and sisters in arms, and I won't say that this was inevitable. We saw this coming. It was just a mismanagement of not only manning and equipment, and I think the Biden administration failed miserably and rushed to judgment. Didn't listen to the leadership on the ground, and everything was silent, and we're not sharing any information. And this was the result. We lost 13 Marines. Or 12 Marines and a sailor, and it just should never happen. This what you're seeing now is just a transition into what we're seeing in Ukraine, what we're seeing in China to Taiwan, Iran to Syria, so on and so forth.
There's no question. We watched 74 attacks since 2021 in Syria at our 900 people that are there, and it happened over the weekend. We respond, and they respond again. That's total lack of respect, and it's reflective of this administration, not of you guys that fight. When asked in the Wall Street Journal in a poll how much patriotism means to this country, in 1998, 70% means a lot. Now it's at 38%. Over 50% of them are Republicans. Less than 30 are Democrats. What's your response to that?
Well, I have to be honest. If you're going to come down to Texas to District 8, we're the most patriotic, faith-based district, I would argue, in the country. I'm very, very behind that statement. But you see that, and I'm always very optimistic about our country, and I know that people that love our country, and there may be pockets of distension where I think, especially with our younger generation, and I hate to pick on them, but it seems like some of them like to pray to TikTok when they should be praying to the Lord. I think we've kind of lost our way, but I blame it. It's a parenting thing. I make sure that I raise my sons as a faith-based family. My wife is the queen of the castle, and they will show respect. They will get their education. They will do it the way that I was raised, in East Texas. I wish we could share that with the rest of the country. Maybe they could take some notes from it.
Absolutely, and I do think we're just a leader. I also think a president that talked positively about our country on a regular basis, and we stop tearing each other apart on Capitol Hill, would go a long way.
There you go.
So glad you're serving. You continue to serve our country. Congressman Luttrell, please try to get some answers. Appreciate it.
We will. I promise. You have my word, bud.
I know you will.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.